I would like to ask you all a question. What would be your answer? What is heavier? The circumstances that you encounter or the things that you do with those circumstances? I know you all have a question now as to how this small girl is going to talk about experiences to this big audience. The magnitude of the feeling this 15-year-old girl is carrying towards her life experiences is something that anyone would want to listen to. Our response to situations and events in our lives are all shaped by our experiences. Your thought process, mindset, attitude, aspirations, expectations, and your social behavior are all altered or shaped by your experiences. Now, many of our experiences are usually personal in nature. So these personal experiences are usually deep in nature that we hold on to for long because we have endured personally, as opposed to the ones that are conceived by other people's personal experiences or opinions, which changes over time based on our individual personal experiences on that subject. So if you spend some time thinking about your experiences that have affected you and your opinions, you will soon realize how fragile your opinions could be, as it would have been a lot different only if the circumstances of your experience were different. So I always look up to my family. I tend to draw some inspiration from my parents. I look at my mother, I look at my father, and I always keep my eyes and ears to what is happening around me. And I react to situations with the little I've experienced, but it has largely impacted my little life. I am experiencing a beautiful thing in my life. From time to time, my mind and life is given fabulous emotions to carry. So my mother, she is a lady full of talents and love, and her love for us is overflowing. And I see it daily. I sometimes think, can a mother's sacrifices be paid off in one's lifetime? So my mother, she is a senior lawyer working at a reputed bank in Sri Lanka, and she loves her job. She's very capable and good at her work, and she gets recognized at her workplace always. You know, my mother was offered the head of the legal department twice in her bank, and that is a position where she could go to the top very easily. That is a position where most of the lawyers in the bank are looking for. That is the ultimate achievement for her in her career as a banker after serving a very good 16 years at the bank. Now that position is operated in Colombo. You know what? My mother refused it, and she sacrificed her career succession because of me and my brother. So something that she always believes is that physically children can move on, but psychologically they depend on the mother. So I experienced this amazing sacrifice that my mother made, and it really has awakened my love and humanity. So that experience of mine really took my best person out, and also it has changed my way of looking at life. We should always sacrifice for each other, and we should always value the sacrifices others make for us. So you all must be having very similar experiences. But what matters, as Aldous Leonard Huxley has said, an experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. So my experience has made me look at the world with a lot of love, care, and respect. And also to understand that we need to sacrifice for each other. So it was not easy to adjust myself to the whole concept of sitting with a class full of girls who are older than me. Being a January born, it's a privilege we get in Sri Lanka to go to school earlier than others who are born the same year. Now, I used to take things easy, excuse myself for not knowing things, and something that I always felt inside was, I have time for most of the activities, or I'm not eligible enough. So my mother, she's the one who actually supported me, and you know, so I was in grade 3 and it was our inter-school English Day competition season. So students were participating in various competitions and they were very busy going for auditions, test rounds and so on. Now I quietly was sitting in my class. Meantime, I saw the list of poems that had been recommended for recitation. So I told my teacher that I need to participate in selections. But by that time, students who are super talented have already been selected. So it was very unlikely that I'll get a chance even to test myself. And even my teacher didn't have much interest knowing the fact that I'm backward. But however, she sent me for the auditions, maybe thinking that my parents will complain that I was not given a chance. So I always remembered that my mother believed in me and I got to give it a thought. So I was getting my confidence and I walked in. The moment I recited the poem, the panel went into a fraction of a second silence. I was puzzled. One teacher got to cry and talk to me and said, "Daughter, where were you all this time? We would have done a big mistake if we didn't give an opportunity to test you." So I was selected to represent my school with the other schools in Central Province. I won. So this is where I broke the ice. You should break the ice. That is the day I got to believe in myself. And thereafter, I never let that experience go unutilized. So that experience of mine has made me identify the super girl in me. In several instances, I hit the first place in oratory competitions thereafter. I didn't stop there. Though I'm an intermediate debater, I'm representing the college debating team with the other senior girls and going through an amazing experience. We all are victims of our life experiences. We can change ourselves by creating good and positive interactions, experiences, and circumstances. We can influence opinions, feelings, understanding, love, hatred, knowledge, and people's lives by simply how we choose to behave and the experiences we create for others. By simply, every time we speak or contact others, we create a better world of pleasant memories, experiences, and happiness. What matters is not what you experience, but how you make the best out of it. Thank you.